if you do not have diabetes yet, you have to exert all effort to stay away from these diseases. Protect yourself from developing diabetes because it is a bad disease from all aspects. Number one, by just bumping your foot on lightly on a surface, you can develop a wound that will never heal. It will just deepen and deepen into an ulcer. And this will later on result to the conversion of your foot into a black object. That means it's already dead and it will have to be amputated or cut off. And next thing you know, it's below the knee amputation. That is what we do as surgeons. And then above the knee amputation. And later on, hip already amputation. And then the next year, you will have your other leg cut off also. So it's really a mutilating type of disease that you have to stay away from. And it can also harm your eyes. In a disease called diabetic retinopathy, affecting our eyes, it will produce blood clots inside. And later on, you will become blind. Why? It can also cause a lot of diseases in your kidney. One disease is diabetic nephropathy, which will later on kill both of your kidneys. And once both of your kidneys are dead, then you cannot filter your toxins anymore. And you will have to go to the hospital once, twice, 3 times, 4 times a week to undergo dialysis. And in a country such as the Philippines, we cannot afford dialysis. It's something like 3,000 to 5,000 per session. And if you undergo 4 dialysis in one week, then you would have spent 3,000 times 4, that's 12,000 pesos. That is already about 1,000 dirhams. So we cannot afford that. And not only that, dialysis killing your kidney, because of the medications that you take if you are diabetic, you will transform yourself into a human walking pharmacy, because you will be bringing all these drugs inside your bag. And every time you will have to know which drugs you will have to take. By pricking your own self, if you just bring that glucometer, you prick yourself and know what your blood glucose level is now. And then you will know which medication to take. So you are not only a walking pharmacy, you are also a walking laboratory. And that is a very bad thing to do to yourself, especially if you understand that the diabetic injects his own insulin sometimes in his abdomen. And it will make his life very, very sad to have to undergo all that. So here in DXN, we have the yes or no test that I developed for diabetes. This is just a set of questions that you ask yourself and answer them in your head only with a yes or a no. And you will count your yeses and you will know at least if now you have diabetes already, or you might develop it in the near future and you just don't know about it. So first question, is your age 40 years old and above? Do you have a family history of diabetes? Meaning your father, your mother, your aunt, your uncle, your grandfather, your grandmother, were they diabetics? Third question, did you ever experience frequent hunger? You just ate, you want to eat again? Frequent thirst, you just took water and now you want to drink again? Or frequent urination, you just went to the comfort room and now you want to go again? If these 3 symptoms will exist in one person, then that is already suspect in the development of diabetes. Next question, have you experienced drastic weight loss? All of a sudden your weight dropped very low in just probably 1 month without you doing anything. You did not exercise, you didn't go on a diet, but why did you lose weight? That is already suspect. Next question, are you a woman or a mother who have given birth to a baby who was 9 pounds at delivery in weight? Because large babies come from diabetic mothers. The reason is the mother cannot supply his child inside the mother's womb with insulin because he doesn't have insulin also. So this baby will not have anything to break down or eat the blood sugar. So the baby tends to become bigger and bigger. Next question, are you overweight or obese? Now you know how to know if you are obese or not because I taught you in the earlier part of the lecture. Next, do you have high blood pressure? Then you must be, you can develop diabetes and should check your blood sugar. Next question, do you feel numbness or tingling sensation at the tips of your fingers or at the tips of your toes. They are like electrical current that pass there very briefly. This means you have blood supply to this area, and you must already have diabetes, or your pancreas also has poor blood supply, and you can develop diabetes. Next question, have you previously checked your blood sugar and discovered this to be high? Then probably you have to check again. Next question, are you usually tired for no apparent reason? Like today, you just listened to the lecture of Dr. Howe. And if you go to your hotel room, then you will say, oh, I'm so tired, I want to sleep. But you didn't do anything. You are the ones who are sitting there. I am the one who is standing here. So you must be diabetic. And the last question is, do you have a sedentary lifestyle? By sedentary, we mean a person who doesn't go out of his house, hasn't even see sunlight, and stays there most of the time, sits in a sofa, watches TV. No? That's practically what he does the whole day. And the only time he stands up is to get more food from the refrigerator or from the kitchen so that he will not be hungry. That is a very sedentary lifestyle that can give you diabetes. So count your yeses now. If you answered only one yes, then you are poor risk to develop, low risk to develop diabetes. But if you answered 2 to 4 yeses, then you have a moderate risk to develop diabetes, and should change your diet already and modify your eating habits. But if you answered 5 or more than 5 yeses, then you go directly to the laboratory and find out if you are already diabetic.